Alright, sup. We are back, y'all. We are back. Part two, y'all. I don't know what happened earlier when we first recorded the video. Like all of a sudden, it like the loading sign came up and it would not stop loading. Like it was like a sign to stop. I took it as a sign to stop, so we stopped. You know what I mean? But it seems to have completely loaded, or it seems to have no problem at this moment. So we're gonna do the part two. I want to get both parts done tonight, to be honest, y'all. You know what I mean? So part two of this ultra marathon, 100 miles. It's been dope. Just ready to finish it. We got 10 minutes left, and then we move on to the next thing. All right, let's do this.
I'm really doing this. I still have 14 hours or 12, 14 hours ahead of me. What carried me through those last few miles was thinking about Maddie and thinking about seeing her specifically at the aid station. And so when I did get to see her and she came up to me, I just put my arm around her and put my head on her shoulder and just started crying. It was a mix of gratitude. It was a mix of happiness just to see her.
I like that he's drinking Pepsi, yo. That made me laugh, but it's dope. He definitely He definitely gives me a vibe of an athlete, like the way he carry himself. You know what I mean? I see athlete here. You know what I mean? He cool. He talks shit like they be having some trash talking and stuff like that. You know, you can tell that his head's in the right place when it comes to business and stuff like that. So I feel this. I appreciate this dude a lot. You know what I mean? He shares a lot of great knowledge and all that good stuff. Yes. Solid. Let's go.
Very good. Let's work. All right, guys. Rush. 6 hours. Go about 20 minutes a mile. Let's go. Ready? We didn't talk for the last 2 hours.
Sheesh.
Didn't say a word. And the downhill was tough, man. I mean, I gotta hand it to him. Like, he was going slow, but he ran like the last 2 miles. You know, he like a 60-minute mile and a 17-minute mile. Yeah. At the end. But he's gonna make it. Oh yeah. He's gonna make it. Yeah.
Look, all right, so, check this out. You know what I mean? And that's dirt. That's not shit and stuff like that. Excuse me. I don't know how YouTube is with the curses. That is dirt. There's a point, I'm going to be real with you. There's a point in your life or in your journey where you just don't give a fuck. Like, you just like, man, I'm just trying to get the done. I don't care. I don't care how I look. I'm just trying to get the job done. And this is where I feel like where this dude is at. You know what I mean? If you saw part one, I was mentioning about how he's at that point where he's hitting that mental block where he has to get past. And once he gets past, it's that final stretch. And this is part of the process. You don't care how you look. You're trying to get the job done.
So I picked up Griffin, and we started the infamous climb up the wall. And I figured out real quick why it's called the wall. Because it's 3 miles of straight descent, nearly 1,000 feet per mile climb, and that took the life out of me.
Sheesh.
It was the hardest climb of my life. I feel bad for Griffin because I think I was just moaning these like painful moans as I'm climbing, whispering to myself expletives and just simply crying to myself. Basically crying myself up this mountain.
Sheesh.
Mile 73 update.
Oh.
I'm in an immense amount of pain.
Look, he's gone a long way. It's 100 miles total. He's at 73, and he's still got a long way to go. Like, 27 miles a lot, y'all. 27 miles, even for a drive. Someone says 27 miles away, you driving for a while, and he got to walk this. He still got a lot to go, y'all. Hey, arrow those go.
Oh, it's hamstrings, glutes, lower back. There's so much pain and blood in it. It's insane. But Griffin's been very supportive and helpful. We're pushing hard.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
Maintain as much time as we can so that Ty and I don't have to sprint to the finish. But I think we're doing just enough. But It's beautiful out here. She's painful too.
That's right.
You know, it was at that point around mile 75 that I started to get a little delusional out there. I never wasn't in control of my body or felt dizzy at all, but I did have moments where I just felt kind of out of my body. I felt like I was in third person view of myself. I felt a little bit fuzzy. And so I told Griffin just to keep talking to me, keep me entertained, play some music, do something to just keep me a bit alert. And eventually I had a generous 400 or so foot climb up to Dry Fork to finish that section and get to my crew.
83, damn, he's getting there.
Hey,
Sheesh.
sorry for interrupting. Isn't that annoying? What if I told you there was a way to get rid of ads like this forever? It's called Pi, and if that sounds familiar to you, it's probably because you've seen their ads everywhere.
I was feeling it, and then it got kind of corny on that commercial. I was like, "Oh, is it? I don't have to pay for ads." Sheesh, but it got corny, so I still might be going the route paying for ads.
Last stretch, man. He looks good. Look, we got 8 hours to finish. He doesn't want to get that close. We're gonna move him along a little quicker than 8 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's got time. He's got time. This is good news. So he's a little pit stop in the porta potty, and we'll be on our way.
Last
Sheesh.
boots down. Last leg to go.
8
That was the
hours.
gnarliest climb I've ever done in my life. My legs are shot. My back is wrecked.
Guys, where's my
I'm mud
mouse at?
everywhere.
All right, hear me out. Yo, 8 hours. I did a turkey trot. I think I mentioned the first video. I can't remember. I did a turkey trot that was a 10K, and I ran the turkey trot, and that shit was horrible. And that was like a little over an hour. My legs just went out on me. Like, I made a bad idea of doing all this training before the turkey trot, even on the day of. You know what I mean? So I kind of set myself up for failure. But, yo, that's, 10,000 meters. You know what I mean? 10K. And that was rough. And he's doing 100 miles. And, like I said, it's only an hour. This dude's been 8 hours ago. Sheesh, man. You wonder how your legs carry you so much. Like, yeah, it's a level of conditioning that you train for and all that stuff, but still. Good luck. Yeah, you know what? Keep doing your thing. I mean, you did it. Let's go. Let's just go.
On all the
Jeez.
crevices. I know I told you when the last few miles with us, I wasn't hallucinating fully, but like all the rocks were getting like these creepy smiley faces. And when I got close, the face was gone. But they were just like creepy, like painted Joker style smiley faces.
Wow. That's kind of wild.
4 miles into that last section, so maybe around mile 86, I started to feel pretty aggressive pain in my left quad. Every step felt like somebody was just punching me as hard as they could in the quad.
Sheesh.
And it made me concerned because I worried that if I pushed that too hard, I would blow out my quad, I'd tear it, I'd do something to where I couldn't finish the race. I couldn't
Right.
even walk it into the finish line. And so these fears and doubts started to creep into my mind on these last few miles. I was holding on to Ty's shoulders. On top of the quad pain, my toes were really starting to hurt. I think my feet were swelling, my toe blisters were really pressing against the edges of my shoe. And going downhill, I'm kicking a few extra rocks to just add on to it. At some point, I sat down on a rock because my right foot was in excruciating pain. And I looked up at Ty and I was like, man, we're not going to make it at this pace. It's going to be really close. This can't be happening. Like, I can't lose my race right here.
Right.
And I kind of looked at the ground. I looked down for a second. And I made the decision that I was not going to lose my buckle. I was not going to waste away this race and this effort and all that I poured into this over a pinky toe, over my toes hurting.
I'm going to use that. I'm not going to lose my buckle. I'm going to use that like that. You know what I mean? I don't think people are too familiar at the gym about that saying. It might be. And one day I'm going to pull that out. You know, I'm not about to lose my buckle, yo. I ain't about that. I like that. But when he's talking about the pain in his foot and the blisters, y'all. I'm thinking about that picture he had for his cover. You know what I mean? For his oh my gosh, what do you call it? Thumbnail. Oh my god, that's horrible. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking like that's what his he's stepping on right now. You know what I mean?
And I stood up and I started sprinting down the mountain. I kind of just like stepped out of my mind. I had no thoughts. My mind went blank. It was like my last surge of intensity, I guess, in the race, where I just got in the zone and just wiped everything out of my mind.
Last update here. 92.5 miles in.
Yo.
I think we're about 6.5 miles from finish.
Quarter mile left.
As I ran that last section, I hear, tons of cowbells, people cheering. There's so many people at the finish line. All I could do is just look up and smile.
I wonder if his feet so numb. I'm curious if his feet so numb, because his feet really did look like that at the end of the what is it? Let me check this out real quick. If it's uploading, sorry. Yeah. Okay, cool. I wonder if his feet so numb that he can't feel like how they really are, like the loose skin and the blistering and all that stuff. Like, there's a point where your legs just go numb and you just walking on. You feel like you're just walking on two poles, just trying to get through.
Breath, and just know that it was over.
Okay, he's running at the end. That's what I'm asking.
Save with Liberty Mutual.
You know what I mean?
Customize and save.
Because he's running right now. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm asking. Like, he probably by his tire, he feels really stiff, but when he just feels numb, where he's just at that, flight or flight mode where it's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel the pain, but it's not as bad as it was originally, to be doing this. Because that's a lot. Like, where he is at this moment of marathon and all of his journey, this is a lot. Like, he's actually moving pretty fast. Yo, I feel that. Yeah, he probably just want to get off his feet.
I don't know if I've ever had anything sweeter in my life, of some kind of culminating moment like that, where I feel like it all paid off, and I could control the narrative and write the ending of my own story like that. The love and support of my wife, not only on that day, but for months and years, putting up with this running. Every pacer, every crew member paid a price, made a sacrifice to be out there, to be out there for me, to contribute in whatever way I needed out there. A completely selfish request from me and a completely selfless act from each and every one of them to be out there for me and to be able to make it happen for them.
Man, you should make a video about your feet, dog. Like, what happened next? How did you overcome that?
Them felt more important than making it happen for me.
These things are incredibly hard. It took all my expectations of how hard it was going to be, what it was going to take, and probably it was like 5 times that, especially with a race that extended into, at least at my pace, 30 plus hours. You kind of forget what day it is. You get a little delusional out there briefly, and you just feel like the finish is never coming, but it takes a lot of patience and a lot of help from the crew and the pacers to just reassure you, just focus on one aid station at a time, one leg of it at a time, focus on getting to the next pacer, and eventually you get one of those silly little buckles. So,
yeah, I feel that.
One and done.
Right, I feel that.
See you guys never.
Yeah, see you guys never.
Yeah, in the end, 100 miles was everything I was told it was and more. You know it's going to take everything from you mentally and physically.
Right.
But actually doing it's very different. You can talk about things all the time, but actually doing the action, going through the adventure, doing it for 32 hours, going over all 100 miles, it's different. It's different. It's a life lesson that you can't get any other way. It's the hard knocks that hit hard. It taught me things out there that I'll carry to everything else. Any adversity or things I have to go through in the future, I can kind of fall back on this moment and know I've overcome something a lot harder before.
That's not bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wait till now to start match. Should have done it earlier.
I know. Your longest run ever.
5 miles.
Switchback.
Watch this before you think about running 100 miles.
Yeah. All right, y'all. You know, shout out to this dude and his team, man. Shout out to this dude. Yeah, you can tell this dude trains. Look at his feet, man. They got him. But you can tell he train. Look at those quads and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I mean, he does got his own gym. You know, but shout out to old boy and his team. You know, thank you for the video. The video was pretty dope. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, it was haunting me for like the past week. You know, 'cause I see it on my feed and I wouldn't want to look at it because the feet look bad. It was, oh man, it was so cringy. But you know, grateful I did get into this video because I learned a lot. You know, I have much appreciation for the dude. Like, at this moment in my mind, I have no plans nor desire of doing any type of 100-mile. I don't even want to drive for 100 miles. You know what I mean? But you know, I've done that before. But she's walking or racing, doing a 100-mile race. You know, but it was really cool. It was really cool, man, because to live through his experience, and I think he did really well at sharing it. You know, I think he did really well at sharing it, and it's actually pretty admirable that he was able to keep it in mind on doing vlogs and stuff during his run, because I'll be honest, y'all, there's parts in your journey, especially when it comes to physical and mental discipline, where you're not really thinking about, you know, oh, I got to vlog or I got to do this and stuff like that. You just trying to get the job done, and he did both, you know what I mean? So, and it was, you know, it's a once in a lifetime thing that, you know, that he really took advantage of, and it's pretty cool that he stuck with it with the vlogging and stuff, so we can, you know, experience this moment. I gained a lot, and I'm really grateful. So enough of talking for now. Y'all, you know, comment, like, and subscribe for both him and I. You know what I mean? Check out his stuff. You know what I mean? He has more stuff going for him. I'm going to be looking into it. I don't know if I subscribe yet, but I'm definitely going to do it. But I am going to have the link in the description box, just like the first one. This is part 2. And, you know, following his journey, it was pretty dope, you know. And I always feel like everybody has something to bring to the table. And I think he has a lot of great things, you know, to bring to the table, you know, just from watching this vid. So anyways, guys, I'm done for now. Hope y'all stay great. Catch y'all later.